I am your host, RJ Young. Thank you for watching wherever it is that you are in the world. Thank you for joining us an hour earlier than we would normally do. Off the rip, I'm going to talk about Michael Hawkins, Oklahoma, Dylan Gabriel, Jackson Arnold. How did Oklahoma get to this place? I want to get into a little bit of what Arkansas is up against with Texas A&M and why I think that they can win that damn game. I'm probably going to push a little bit further on and talk about what I expect to see from, well, what I think is a really great Colorado team, but also Trevor of Arabia and how wild that story is. And I want to talk about just how much it costs to have a backup here in college football this day. And going to see if we can't do this. I'm very pleased to tell y'all, I was able to get Cale Gundy to sit down and talk with us about what Oklahoma's got going on, what's going on the offense, what's great about the defense, and get his perspective as a man who had coached for 23 years at Oklahoma and had every passing record there was to have until such time as he started recruiting players that were better than him. Quite on, man. Yes, RJ reads the chat, dude, man, but only if you're going to be there saying nice things. Otherwise, I do want to get started off with something I think is particularly cool and particularly important to those of us that have been long-time parts of this channel, and that is the play button has arrived, you guys. And I got to tell you, I did not expect it to arrive so soon, but they give you a nice card with it, tells you where it came from, tells you about the very personal packaging that was taken care of, and they give you a nice letter that you can put, on the wall over here telling 100,000 subscribers. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh. Y'all. For passing 100,000 subscribers. Look at that. I'm going to have to find somewhere to put this where, like maybe over my face. Everybody can see it. My God. We are at 110,000 subscribers, and if you do not subscribe to the channel, I encourage you to do so. We're this close to 111,000 subscribers, as 800,000 people watched the show last week is very cool, and I'm always excited to see just how far this thing can go. I'm also looking at this, and I'm asking, like, straight up and down, man, like, this is what we've been up to, this is what we've been doing, man. Like, 100,000 subscribers with this mug, and I promise I'm promise to do a better video, but it showed up literally this afternoon, and I have been busy all day trying to make things happen for the show, trying to get another piece written for Fox Sports. If you didn't read my piece about Travis Hunter and why he should win the Heisman, you should go read that, because there are those that still believe that I am a better writer than I am a sports talk show host, and I got a 100,000 subscriber channel, so that might tell you what it is that I am really great at. But shout out to all the folks who have subscribed to this channel, because frankly, it ain't happening if you don't subscribe to the show. It's not. They don't just send you one because people watch the channel. They don't just send you one because people have decided to like a video. You hit the subscribe button. You let YouTube and others know that you really enjoy the show, and it's at a really cool point for YouTube, for me, for all of those that engage in digital content, for the cord nevers, for the cord cutters, because do you know that 50% of all streaming on a television is from YouTube? Like, it's a wild number, right? Like 50% of the people that watch YouTube watch it on their television as opposed to their phone or their computer, and it is fastly becoming one of the dominant forms for which people are doing all sorts of viewing. And frankly, this show could not exist in the form that it does, with the 4K video in streaming that you're seeing, with the ability to sit and talk with you for an hour 3 times a week. We do this at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time most of the time, but I'm going to do Keyshawn Johnson's All Facts, No Breaks a little bit later on, so we need to push up my taping, or I should say my live show, and then we'll do it again, at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, and we'll do it again 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. But I did want to shout y'all out because y'all are quite cool. I mean, it's one of the cool things to happen for me. And frankly, I'm overwhelmed by it, and I'm sure that I'm going to get tearful when I start really, really sitting down and think about this. But, yeah, man. I tend to want to start these things by talking about what has transpired in and around college football that is grabbing the attention of the world. But right now, the attention of the world is on Oklahoma. And not for reasons that we are usually excited about talking about in the University of Oklahoma setting, because Oklahoma lost a football game. And, well, Oklahoma don't take kindly to lose a football game. So much so that it was damn near 24 years before Oklahoma suffered a losing season from 1998 to 2022. Went 6-7, and something had to change quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it did. Oklahoma went 10-2 last year. Dylan Gabriel famously beat Texas, led Oklahoma to what we thought was going to be just this close to playing in the Big 12 championship game, but it did not happen. Oklahoma State got their head handed to them by Texas. Texas makes the college football playoff, and Texas has picked up right where they left off, right? They are the number one team in the country, and they deserve to be. Oklahoma, going to play them in the Red River rivalry in just a couple of weeks now. After this weekend, we got 2 weeks, dog. October 12th is going to be one loaded day, and that's one of the reasons as to why. But first, Oklahoma's got to get past Auburn. It's going to be their first trip to SEC country as an SEC member. But this is also what Oklahoma fans wanted. This is what they asked for. Wanted to get out of the Big 12, wanted to play in the Big Boy League, and this is the Big Boy League. Now, we've been punching them out there. We're bleeding a little bit, but I tend to tell folks, hey, look, I won my last pro fight. And I don't usually win them by not getting bloodied. I usually get hit in the face. And if I'm hit in the face and I'm still talking, that means I'm still fighting. If we're still fighting, I can win. You take it into the deep water, we can do that. Just give me something we can work with. Jackson Arnold was not giving Oklahoma anything to work with, guys. I don't know how clearly I need to say this, but I'm going to be as clear as I can. I realize the offensive line is not great at Oklahoma. I realize that. But the offensive line cannot make a quarterback throw an interception. Okay? An offensive line cannot make a quarterback fumble the football. I realize Oklahoma is banged up at wide receiver. I get it. I know. I want to see the Nick Anderson from last year. I'm still looking for Andrell Anthony. Anybody seen him? I want to see somebody join Deion Burks and Bauer Sharp in that passing game. But you know what? They don't throw the football. Quarterback throws the football. Quarterbacks are the only people that can throw interceptions because they got to put the damn ball in the air. Okay? Fundamentals here. Fundamentals. And what Oklahoma had against Tennessee was 3 turnovers on first down, and Lord help us. The defense has proven to be elite. The defense is one of the best in the country. They can play with anybody. Any offense you want to put out there. You know how I know this? Tennessee showed up averaging 64 points per game. Not only did Oklahoma say so, they got 2 turnovers in the first half inside Tennessee's own half on the 35-yard line, 20-yard line. Anybody else goes and punches those in for 6. Oklahoma goes and punches those in for 6. You win the football game 27-25 without the extra points. That's how big a difference that was, and that came down to the quarterback fumbling the football, throwing the football away. Can't have it. Simply cannot have it. So, Brent Venables made a change to Michael Hawkins Jr. during the game in Tennessee, and what you saw was a little bit more pep in the step from the offense, and some want to, and some what for, and some how now from Michael Hawkins Jr., who saw the team get punched in the mouth, said, no, I can help. I can help. Went diving at the goal line, trying to go get Oklahoma 6, and becoming the first program to score more than 1 TD on this Tennessee defense since last year. All right? And that was basically all taking place in the second half, because it's 19-3.5. You know what I'm saying? So now, Michael Hawkins Jr. is going to get the start against Auburn. For all, I expect Seth Littrell will continue to call the plays there, but fair to say that Brent Venables has shown that if Ted Roof is any indication, you're going to get a little bit of time to figure it out, but you're not going to get a lot of time to figure it out, because it's big boy football now, because you cannot afford to get behind in this league. Like, I have to rank the top 25 teams in college football each and every week. And it is one of the most read things that I write over the course of a year at Fox Sports. Like, full stop. And I take it very seriously, and I put a lot of thought into it. But one of the things that keeps hitting me in the face is just how many SEC teams are just in the top 10. You know, it's not hard to get 6 out of the top 7 teams in the country coming from the SEC. And now Oklahoma could be the 8th or 9th best team in that conference and not be in the top, not be outside the top 20. They're 21 right now with the loss to the number 5 team in the country at home. So Michael Hawkins Jr. gets the start, and people are looking around going, so why did y'all move off of Dillon Gabriel? I've made this segment, and I will continue to talk about this, but Oklahoma didn't move off of Dillon Gabriel. As a matter of fact, when Dillon Gabriel came to Oklahoma, it was understood he was going to play 2 years, and then he was going to go to the NFL. That was what was going to happen. As soon as Jackson Arnold committed, that's locked in. You know what that's going to be. Jeff Levy knew it. Dillon Gabriel knew it. Jackson Arnold knew it. Brent Venables knew it. What happens? Dillon Gabriel plays his heart out, wins 10 games at Oklahoma, avenges the loss to Texas that he didn't play in, has one hell of a season. Gets his NFL draft grade back, and what do you know? He is given an undrafted 7th-round quarterback draft grade. Mostly because he's short, right? Not everybody gets to be Kyler Murray. Not everybody gets to be Baker Mayfield. Not everybody gets to be Drew Brees. Not everybody gets to be Russell Wilson. Yes, I did throw Baker Mayfield in there. Fight me. I am going to say, what do you expect him to do if someone wants to pay him for his services? Okay? You're on to Jackson Arnold. Well, why don't you just bring Dillon Gabriel back? It's not that simple. A, you're bringing him back to do what? To sit behind the guy that he was in front of? That's not going to work. You're going to pay him in the age of name, image, and likeness, borderline $500,000 to $1 million to sit behind Jackson Arnold in case something like this happens? No, that's not going to work either. Kansas State moved on from Will Howard, went to Avery Johnson. He's not that great, but he is going to be good. Dillon Gabriel gets to be the stopgap between Dante Moore and next year. That works out. Why does that work out? Because he's got an extra year of eligibility. They want to pay him to play, and he's playing great football. He's throwing for over 300 yards, 84% in his completion percentage, man. He's playing great football. Will Howard, 11th in passer rating at Ohio State. Both Will Howard and Dillon Gabriel probably get the same draft grade. Not unlike Cam Ward, who came back for similar reasons. Now they are on the front line with Quinn Ewers, with Carson Beck, with Garrett Nussmeier, as guys you might actually want to go get when you go into the NFL draft next year. But I'm telling y'all, if there's money to be made, go make your money. What you are looking at for Oklahoma is you got to get your quarterback evaluation right, and you got to get it right quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because if you do not, it's going to bite you. This is evidence of that. So Michael Hawkins Jr. can get it right. No harm, no foul. You took the loss against an undefeated team that expects to contend for the national championship, but you can't lose to Auburn. First, Auburn is down really, really bad. It's not War Damn Eagle over there. It's War Damn Canary. Hugh Freeze is getting all people's last nerves down there, and they are staring down the barrel at 4 consecutive losing seasons for the first time since the 1940s. That is not going to be sustainable at a place like Auburn, especially if the Freeze is still trying to throw his kids under the bus. It's not going to work. They don't have a quarterback either. But Oklahoma got more of a quarterback than Auburn does. And that tells you a lot, right? All to say also that defense is legitimate. And what did we see from Arkansas's defense last week? They will absolutely eat you alive. So that offense is ready to give it up. The defense is ready to take it. And they look like the kind of defense we all thought they could be going into that game.